YouTube, hello. This game is something that, well, it has something that you've seen a lot of recently, but not in the situation that you're expecting. We've Casva in the red, player I uploaded last week, something along those lines, with an amazing game. The game with the transport ship and the 2 boars being stolen, yeah, quality stuff. He was playing up against Doubt in a ranked game today, and Doubt is Cumans. All right, so in the south we have Casva. He's playing as the Chinese. Great civilization. They've got the cheaper technologies. They start with more villagers, yada yada yada. And then in the north we have the Cumans or Doubts. Big bonus you need to think about with the Cumans is that the Cumans typically, well, they can build a second town center in Feudal Age, and usually what happens when you're playing Cumans, you just commit, go fast feudal, 2 TCs, and try and boom. Especially if you have a situation where there's a woodline and a stone, or woodline and a gold. That just invites you to place the TC here, and a lot of villagers to wood, so you can farm, and then also have some stone later on for a castle drop and kip checks. So, like I said, we've seen this strategy before. Is it ever going to stop? I don't know, but I've never seen the strategy up against Cumans. You have an idea yet? Are you thinking it through? Like, what is it? Chinese, they're going to go fast castle? Like, that is the strategy that's actually quite good against the fast feudal boom. Is just go fast castle and go for something like knights and mangonels. So you start taking out the extra villagers and TCs before they're in Castle Age to match you with any Castle Age option. But no, I mean, that is something that has happened before. Fast feudal, is that an option? Sure, it's an option for Casva. He could go fast feudal into some towers, maybe into some archers, some scouts. It's tough to do damage, but it's an option. But then again, that's an option we've seen attempted before. Okay, so if it's not fast feudal and it's not fast castle, what is it? Just go AFK, go walk your dog, and let the opposition win? What is this new strategy? Well, it's one that Rubenstock and Yupe would love. It's actually a TC drop. So what's uncommon about this is, first off, I've never seen it up against Cumans before, because Cumans are going to have 2 town centers. And then the other thing is, I've never seen Chinese attempt it. And that's just a TC drop in general, because Chinese, you normally want to play into the fact you start with extra villagers, and you have very safe eco. The reason you don't see Chinese go forward very frequently is because you want to use those villagers for your economy. All right, so Casva knows directly where Doubt is. He sees Doubt trying to push in the zebra, which is actually a pretty big deal, because Doubt will want that extra hunt, so he's able to get food to go fast feudal. And also would be a huge deal if Doubt were to lose his scout here. And this is one of those where it's 50-50. It's a toss-up either way. You don't really know. I always lose these. And Doubt loses his scout. I already told you what's coming. Doubt, wow, I'm surprised he dropped off food there. Looks like he wants to go feudal already. Look at his scouting, though, guys. He has no clue where the opposition is. But he's probably assuming it's either feudal or fast castle for Casva. That's the norm. That's everything that he's faced up against before. All right, so the idea of the TC drop strategy, there's a lot I need to talk about here, is to delete your starting TC and rebuild the town center next to the opposition's TC, garrison yours, and TC war them. So shoot their town center down. You repair your town center, they repair theirs. But normally, if they're not expecting it, they run out of resources, or it just makes the game very messy. It's such a complicated strategy to deal with. Now, in a normal game, if this were happening, and here come the forward villagers to build that TC, if this were happening, you'd have 1 town center versus 1 town center. You shoot one down, the TC rusher bill rushes or tries to drop the new TC that goes up. But in this case, now it's gonna have 2. Like, I've seen someone town center drop someone as 1 TC, but 2 is just, it's different. And so this is a pretty freaking hilarious game because of how different it is. This is Doubt's point of view. He's gone up so fast. It's unbelievable. 830. Definitely not the norm. And there's the second TC. It does take a while to build this thing. He has 5 villagers building it. At least from Doubt's perspective. Maybe he would have liked to have a little bit more food, but this is certainly doable. And Kazva's still in Dark Age, so Kazva's not going to be able to do anything to disrupt him, right? Oh, back at home, Kazva deletes that town center. Kazva. There's Doubt's TC is there. Kazva dodges the TC fire. Oh, no, he doesn't. But surprise! This is Kazva's new home now. So 9 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, we have 3 town centers on this part of our screen. This does not happen normally. Okay, so Kazva, he's in a unique spot because Doubt would normally make the second TC and then use all of his wood for farms, so both town centers could create villagers. Doubt's invested 275 wood into a new town center, banking on the fact that he would have wood to then make farms, to then keep both TCs producing. With only 7 on food, can he keep both TCs producing long term? We'll see. Keep in mind, Kazva never idled his TC to go feudal, so he's got more villagers to work with now, which is just another reason this build can be really tough to deal with. Kazva's wood counts at the top left, Doubt's wood counts at the top left. I have to toggle back and forth. We don't have a casting overlay to use, sadly. This good old-fashioned DE casting. Thanks, DE. That will make it work. Kazva did make palisades and house foundation just to block that wood line. He knows how important that is. Kazva with 15 vills inside that TC. It's actually 5 too many because you don't get more arrows after 5 villagers unless you're Teutons. Doubt only keeping 10 in here is actually the play. And Doubt has 1400 wood. Or 1400 HP, sorry, on this TC. And Kazva's got around 1200. Alright, Kazva now howls, so forgot about that one. That's a little bit of wood there, a little bit of time. And so far, Doubt's defending well. But, notice how this TC can create bills. This TC can't afford it. Have the food. Is this a legit strategy against somebody going for the 2 TCs with Cumans? Because it keeps them on 1 TC eco, and not only that, they invest into a second TC, which is pretty expensive. Alright, but Doubt is in Feudal Age. And Doubt knows that Kaz was kind of stuck here, so he's like, let's make this interesting. Cumans have more HP on their palisade walls. So let's palisade wall in. Now, another thing Cumans could do, which I'd love to see, is you can make a siege workshop in Feudal Age. But keep in mind you need a blacksmith before that. So that's 150 wood for the blacksmith, 200 wood for the siege workshop. Then you need the wood and the gold for the ram. I don't think you could afford that. But how funny would it be if Doubt counters that with some rams? Kazva sees what Doubt is trying to do here. So he sent some villagers out, so he's not going to be trapped in here. And still, if you look at the town centers, Kazva's actually running out of wood at the moment. The Doubt's done a tremendous job. He's had way more on wood. If you look at Kazva's base, he's actually pulled villagers off of berries and put them all on wood, realizing just how much wood you need. And doing the right thing to Vill fight here. Definitely don't want to get walled in. And, I mean, you've also got to pay attention to the micro. That will distract Doubt. Here, it's 900 HP on the TC. It's 1400 HP for Doubt. You're thinking, this is good, but suddenly, like, this has got pretty costly for Doubt. Also, he's not shooting Kazva's TC currently. He's shooting at villagers. Here, he's getting attacked by villagers. You'll have to garrison. It's villagers that are not collecting wood. It's just very, very stressful. Kazva, 1200 HP on the town center. Barely holding on to wood. Doubt barely holding on to wood. Actually, 11 on wood versus 13 on wood. That 11 on wood for Doubt. I think 2 villagers he clicked a tree with. You got villagers fighting here. You got villagers dying here. Villagers building here. Doubt's at 28 villagers. Kazva's at 35. It's a race for wood. It really is. And Doubt's running out of resources. Remember, he does not have much on food. So, no new villagers for him either. Good walling there from Kazva. It's also pretty expensive to make the palisades when you need the wood at all times for the TC. 700! Is it not going to work for Kazva? 600 HP against 900 HP. Can you chop the trees to repair the town center? Gal and Kazva. That loses a villager there. Here Kazva sending more back to wood. 1,000 or just below 1,000 HP for Doubt. 600 HP for Kazva. Man, if it goes down any lower than this, Kazva will lose this game because his villagers will eject and then he'll miss out on a couple big volleys. But now Doubt doesn't have wood. It's so close. They're both below 700 and above 600. Doubt's below 600. He's below 500. If he doesn't drop off more wood soon, he's in big trouble. Or get more repair vills in or something. If it goes below 500, soon the villagers will eject. It's a 750 for Kazva. There it is. Now can't repair any longer. And he has to give that TC up. Okay, so now this is Kazva's opportunity to make it messy. If it wasn't already messy. And Doubt, you know, it's his specialty. He's going to try and quick wall now. It's a Vill war. Doubt's got quite a few weak ones in here. And he's got less villagers to work with. And Kazva's like, no, you don't wall me. I wall you. Well played from Kazva. That was beautiful. Look how many villagers are dying now. And Doubt, the big thing is he still cannot afford to create villagers out of this TC. And he has significantly less. He's at 24. Then again, Kazva's villagers, where can they go from here? Kazva will try and break out of this little prison Doubt has made for him. And Doubt does have a tower on this side. Could maybe tower on this side. What a ridiculous game. Also, Doubt could maybe get to farming a little bit. Oh, Doubt could garrison here maybe to kill Vills as Kazva tries to escape. Doubt will repair there. Doubt will repair there. He's actually keeping the Vills inside. And imagine if Doubt could make some towers maybe. He's going to need to collect stone. I think Doubt's only focus now is keeping Kazva trapped in here. And then these villagers are hey, let's save our friends. This is so stupid. 36 Vills for Kazva, who does have a few villagers on food and is also going to farm here. And he actually will break through. Jailbreak. It's like how Pablo Escobar built his own prison. Is this comparable? I don't know. And Doubt's like, let's rush the TC down while we have a chance. It's so YOLO. Oh, I would have loved if Doubt tried to build a TC on Kazva there. You know? It takes a long time to build the second one with Cumans, but how funny would it have been if he tried to counter TC drop? Oh, that would have been the play. Doubt's down to 20 Vills. It says he has one on food. I don't even know where that villager is. Oh, that one right there. Okay. I mean, he's fighting, but you know, Kazva still has some food income. He's still able to create a few villagers here or there. He's got more villagers to fight with. So even if Doubt's getting the better of the KD, which he's not, I just don't see this working for Doubt. And I think past a certain point, Doubt thought, okay, this is a rated game. This is ridiculous. Let's try and make it fun for the viewers and for the people who watch this, for the plebcasters out there. And my, is this interesting. Doubt's still really interested in keeping Kazva walled in, but there's not a lot in there, you know? There's more villagers outside the walls than inside the walls, Doubt, and Doubt probably laughing to himself now, like, what was this game? 12 villagers for him. Props to the Vills. They're really going out with a fight. But I'm just waiting for Doubt to realize, yeah, this is probably it. What a funny game! This game was near perfect. I just wish Doubt would have counter TC dropped there. Oh my, that would have been so good. I don't think it would work. I don't know, maybe it would. I think the fact that the second Cuman TC takes so long to build would afford it, but it would have been hilarious. A hilarious way to finish off the game. This Doubt is now at 8 pop. You can see there's way more than 8 villagers here for Kazva. And the fact that Doubt's in Feudal Age means nothing right now, because he can't afford anything. 7 pop. I know this one turned out to be very memey, but is this meta? Is this a counter to Cumans? Because they normally don't make military. What if dropping TCs on Cumans becomes a thing? I think we need to see it again, right? I'm going to keep an eye out, and maybe you can encourage some pros to do it if they have an opportunity and you're able to get a word in their ear. But I would really like to see this attempted again. When you know Cumans are going to 2TC, and you know they're probably not going to have walls or military, which is normally the case, TC drop them. Because if Chinese could do it, maybe other civs that normally TC drop quite well, like Teutons or Persians, could do it. But yeah, that was funny. And I needed to show you guys this. Some of you might be sick of the TC drops, but I've never, ever seen something like that. And I'm thinking competitively what Doubt could have maybe done differently there. I think maybe just add farms. Like, what sucks is he was off of his berries. But that was because Kazva attacked him with Vils, which was the right move. Maybe if he... See, I want to say add farms for food income so we can create Vils out of this town center, but farms are 60 wood a pop. And for most of Feudal Age, he was struggling for wood. That's what makes it really tough. Tough to judge. I mean, you invest into the second TC. Opposition drops a TC on you. Do you let your first TC go down without repairing? Is it just like, you let that TC go down, Kazva has to build another one on your, what was your second TC, and then your only TC, and then you just build another one, and that continues? It's like, what's that game called? I almost said Duck Duck Goose. It's not Duck Duck Goose. It's like, the game Frog Hop or whatever. You like, you play it as a kid in the playground. You like hop over each other. Is that what happens with the TCs? Worst explanation ever. You know what I mean, right? Drops the TC here, this TC goes down, new TC. Drops the TC here, this TC goes down, new TC. Is that what happens? I don't know. I hope we see more of it. I needed to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Overall, 25 kills for Kazva. There's the timeline. Who needs Feudal Age? When you have a TC drop, the usual. Thanks to Kazva for showing me that one and for trying that strategy. He messaged me and said, is this the new meta against Cumans? So, I don't know. We'll find out. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.